What's going on, YouTube? D.M.W. Auto is back with another one. Today we are in a 2012 Mazda 6 and we will be installing a double den head unit and a backup camera as well. So let's get straight into it. All right, so the first step is to unclip and remove this cup holder parking brake trim panel. So get you pry tool. You can just start prying around it. We're gonna get that out the way. And once you get it pried out, you can just slide it over the parking brake and get that out the way. Right, so the next step would be to remove this panel above the glove box. That goes all the way down the right side of the center console. So it looks like the easiest part is to pry here. We'll get that up all the way around and get this off. Once you got it pried up, it should come off just like that. All right, next we gotta remove this panel right here. So let me get that unclipped and removed, and we'll go to the next step. All right, so next you wanna remove this trim around the shifter, and then we're gonna remove the trim around the AC and the shifter as well. So get this out of here like that. Now you can remove this entire trim. Easily come up. We'll have to drop the shifter down to get this out and unplug the cigarette lighter. And I think this is a light maybe. Yeah, back there. So let me do that and then we'll get this out the way. All right, so I dropped the gear down in the neutral. That allowed me to get this up. And as you can see, it's two connectors on the back you gotta take off. And we'll have the plate going. All right, now that we got the trim removed from around here and around the gear shift, we're gonna take out this, we're gonna unclip this vent up here. Something like that. Yeah. So let me get this out of here, y'all. I'll show you what it looked like. All right, so clipping up around here, you just pop it up and then slide it out. And we will need to unclip two connectors on the back, the white one there, and then the one for the hazard light. Let me get those unclipped so we can get this removed, and then the last step will be the the two screws above the radio. And I want to say it's some more down here, but let me get this off first and we'll get to that. Okay, so there are 4 screws. After you get the vent out the way, push that out there. There's 1, 2, and then 3 in there, and then 4. That's not even a screw, that's a bolt. So I think it may be easier to take the AC unit off and then try to get that out versus trying to stick something through there. So let me get this off first and then we'll take the radio out. All right, so we got the 4 screws removed off the side of the climate control, and now we can see these a lot better. And I don't even think you could get this off without taking this off first, but you don't even have to unclip it, just drop it down. And yeah, let's get these off and get it unclipped and we'll have the radio out. Let's get it. All right, all 4 bolts removed. We can slide that straight out. And there are some connectors on the back. 3 of them. Antenna. Those are probably the speaker and power. And I don't know what that was for. Maybe satellite radio. Okay, maybe. But yeah, let's get those unplugged and we'll have the radio out. And just like that, we are out of there. For the gray one, you just push it on the side and release back. On this one, the tab is at the bottom, so you just push here, pull that out. And this one, the tab was on the bottom as well. Just push down right there. My thumb is, pull that out. Radio comes straight out. So let's get that out of there and we can start with the new one. I get so many questions on wiring all the time, so I'm gonna do this one video just to make it simple, and this will apply to all aftermarket radio wiring. So from the radio, they will give you a manual that has the pinout of the adapter that connects to the radio, right? So as you can see, it tells you which color and what each does. So you got the front left speaker positive, front left speaker negative, all the way down to rear camera power and all that. And this is the connector that goes to the radio. Now, on the connector that connects to the wiring harness in the car, which I have is the 7903 from Metra, right? On the back, this has a pinout for the radio colors as well for these wires, right? So all you literally have to do is match the radio wires from this list to the wires from the car harness side list, right? Pair those two up, and that's how you get this. That is how you wire your radio. So for example, we know that the 12-volt ignition wire is red on the harness side, on the car harness side of the wiring. We know that the accessory ignition is red on the radio side, so therefore we connected two red wires together, right? Boom. So that's how you wire it up. Now, you see that I have the red and blue wire connected to the blue and white wire connected together. So, blue and white is for the amplifier turn on, right? So I connect that to switch power, just so whenever the car is switched on, the amp will come on. So that's how you can wire up any aftermarket radio. All right, guys, as you can see, I had pre-wired this already. I will drop the wiring diagram or the wiring pinouts for the radio side harness and the, well, everybody's radio side. Well, this is the car side harness, I'm sorry. And this is the radio side harness. And everybody's radio side harness isn't going to be the same color code wise about that. This also has steering wheel buttons, which we will hardwire to here as well. So let me show you how to do that, and then we can start working on the backup camera. Yep. All right, so for the steering wheel buttons, it is two wires right here in the middle of this harness. This brown and yellow one and the white and black one, they're right beside each other. The brown one needs to be grounded to the chassis, so we're gonna drill a hole and put a screw right here and ground that brown and yellow wire out. And then the white and black wire, we will connect that to our steering wheel wire 1 key. It comes with two of them, so if one doesn't work, we'll try the other. But I think one will do it. So for the your radios with the 2-wire steering wheel controls, that's basically how you will wire this up. So like I said, the brown wire here, that brown and yellow wire, I'll put a diagram up in the video too. That will be grounded, and the white and black wire will go to our steering wheel key 1 wire. So that's how we'll get these buttons working. So let me get this wired up real quick, and we will be right back. And you'll also need some T-taps for this, so make sure you got T-taps handy. As you can see, we grounded this out to the metal frame of the car. We put the spade on the back, and we will make the first connection to the brown and yellow wire we have T-tapped here. So that will be the first connection. All right, so now that we got the steering wheel keys tapped in, we're gonna go ahead and give her some power and see what she do. Test for sound, the steering wheel keys, and then after that we can move on to the backup camera. So moving along. I don't. Okay. We got sound. Sound is good. All right, now let's try these steering wheel keys. All right, y'all. So for the stereo wiring, like I said, the brown and white. Brown and yellow, we have that going to the ground up there. The white and black is connected. I actually hooked up both steering key wires to the one white and black pin, and that gave us what we needed. So I already programmed them. So let me just make sure they're working with the keys on. Yep. So that's how you can get your steering wheel wires. I guess you could say manually wired up. That's how we did it. No need for pack adapter or ASWC1. All you need is a screw, some wires, and T-taps. You could get to work. All right, so let's get started on the camera. All right, y'all. So for the backup camera wire on the radio side harness, we will need to connect this red wire here that comes off the video lead to the pink wire on my radio side harness that says rear camera. So we'll do that, and then this plugs into the back of the radio. So I plan on running the wire through here, down past the driver's side, all the way through the panels, through here, through the seats, and we'll come out and we'll pop this camera right up under here. So we will be tapping the reverse light. So let's get the wire in first, and then we can get to the electrical. All right, y'all, as you can see, it's plenty of daylight down there. You can almost see my hand, yeah, like right there through the crack. So you basically just gotta feed that wire down through there, and it'll come out the bottom just like that. And we're gonna tuck it up under here and pass it through, and then tuck it back there. So let me pull it all through, and then I'll start running it. And as you can see, I got my wire right here. That's a little tight. Yeah, I'm gonna pull some more slack back through. Right through here. Yeah, but basically I popped all this off. You can see my wire running. Pop this off as well. Yep, pop that off. Tuck it under this part, right? And then on this panel, pop that off, run it under there, through the crevices of the seat. And now, back here, as you can see my wire popping out, I'm gonna go under the carpet and then go up. So, if we come around back, the carpet has this one push pin right here, so I'm just gonna pop this up, run my wire basically straight up the side of this, straight up, and then I'm gonna actually tap into the light from here because this loom goes to the tail light. So we just need to take this off to see what color it is, and we can actually hit it from here without having to go all the way to the light. So let me get these popped off so we can see what color it is, and then we'll run this up and get everything connected. These pins off by just taking your pry tool, getting in the edge. The top part will pop off like that, and you literally can just pull these off. So they come off super easy. Take all those off to get this carpet off, and the same thing for the pin down here. Just hit it like that, and that'll come straight up. All right, now that we got the carpet off, the bottom light is the reverse light. So I see a black and green, yellow wire, and a light green and black wire. So let me test these to see which one is the positive and the negative, and yeah, then that way I can tell you which one you need to tap, or which one we'll find down here. So let get my multimeter and put it in reverse, and we will see which one is positive and which one is negative. All right, so the multimeter is reading 10 volts, but I don't have the car on. I just turned it on and put it in reverse with the e-brake on. So now we know, since it's reading, green, the light green and black is positive, and the black and yellow is negative. So there you go. All right, now that we found the same light green and black and yellow wire down here, we know where we're gonna tap. So now it's time to get the camera mounted. So we're gonna mount it here, drill us a hole, which will bring us through the back, and it's already a hole there, so I'm gonna try to get it through there. Yeah, and then we'll run it all the way down through here and there and get it down there. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we got the camera mounted, running through the back, coming through here. We just tied it up to the rest. I tapped into the negative on the actual light and then ran the wires down through there to get to the power here. So yeah, now it's time to just dress it back up, and we'll put the screen in, and this one will be done. All right, so this is what it's looking like with the carpet back on. I couldn't get through this loom, so I just went ahead and made my own little piece right here. Had to cut this extra off. Ran it through there, all the way up front. And now for the final touch, we will put the dash back together, and she'll be good to go. I did test it, I just didn't test it well. Let me turn this. I'm gonna make sure this works. All right. We got a backup camera. You see that? Yeah, it's a little, we'll brighten it up, but we there though. We in the air, but we there. All right, so we got the radio back in there. Now we gotta put the screws in the top and at the bottom, and then we'll put the climate control back. Well, actually, I think we'll put the DIN kit on. So you'll have to take the clips off of the old radio, these things right here. Yeah, these gotta come off, and you gotta put them on the new kit. So I'll show you after I get these screws. All right, so we got one clip that needs to come off, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, none on the bottom. So those 5 gotta come off, right? And then this one, which is the new one, it'll go in the same spot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So I just use a little pry tool to get them off. Just pluck them up from the middle. They usually tend to come off pretty easy, just like that. Yeah, all right, I can't do it with one hand, but you get the memo. I'll be right back. All right, so we got the radio back in, climate control screw back in. So now we'll put the trim plate around. Well, actually, we can do the top and do the vent, and then we can do the trim plate. So let's do that next. All right, you got the top vent back on. So now we'll go to the trim plate. All right, guys, so I didn't actually record me finishing off and putting it back together and testing and all that. So I just posted a before and after picture so you guys kind of get the idea. The steps are reverse from the beginning, so really shouldn't be too hard to follow the rest. But appreciate you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you having problems, you have questions. I try to get back to you as best as I can.
And I will see you all on the next one.